Hey guys, Jarrell here, Grey Wolf TV, back with our reactions to Fringe. A bit of daytime recording at the moment to try to catch up with the warm weather that we had, which delayed things because it was too hot in here to be able to put all the lighting on. Right, so the last episode showed just how many vulnerabilities this version of Walter has, and that he's never had anything since he lost Peter. He was worried about having to be sectioned back to St. Clair's after he saw the letter that Olivia had, but she's put that he doesn't need to do it. But he felt the need to leave the lab for the first time and go on the investigation with her. It didn't go well, but somehow Olivia figured out what this energy was, and then it more or less manifested right in front of her as Peter. And at the end of the episode, he just popped up out of the water at Raiden Lake, rang the FBI and said, what's going on? And nobody knows who he is. And Olivia's just confronted him in the hospital, where he's happy to see her, and she says, who are you? Let's pick it up there. I hope. This is episode 5.
Who sleeps like this?
Well, what choice do I have? I've been haunted for weeks with visions of a strange man, and now the stranger is here in the flesh.
He's saying that his name is Peter Bishop. He says he's your son.
Yeah, it was the keys. You saw her looking at him.
What are you doing? Face. Are you sick? Oh, what's wrong with your skin?
What the hell?
Karen Moore, what?
She's going
Your research files, are
translucent.
they in the safe?
What?
Your files, where are they?
I don't think that's your wife. No.
Tell me where the files are.
It's another version of Peter from a third universe where he didn't die as a boy.
Walter, people from other universes don't just show up in your dreams.
He asked
No.
for my theory, and it claimed it's flawless.
In any case, how did he get here? We prepared a list of questions. This man possesses a lot of classified information about our division and all of us.
You don't know who I am, do you?
No, he doesn't.
I know this must be confusing for you, but something's happened, and you're the only person who can help me. There are two universes. Ours, over here, and another one that's just like it, just slightly different. The other universe is dying, and because they're interconnected, ours is dying as well.
How does he know all this?
So you built a machine, and you created it so that I was the power source. Only I could activate it, but you told me that when I did, there would be consequences.
There is a machine, but I didn't build it. The lake where we crossed over was frozen. The ice broke. We fell through. I tried to hold on to him,
He's going to figure it out here, Peter.
but he drowned.
It's the Observer. Wasn't
The
there.
observer didn't pull us out of the lake that night?
No.
What's an observer?
It all makes sense now. That has to be what happened.
They've not been here.
I was supposed to die.
We're finished here. Take me back
Oh, it's freaked him out.
I'd like to go now.
You want to tell me why you dragged me to a robbery homicide?
Victim's skin is translucent. I ran background on the victims. You are standing in the home of Dr. Malcolm Truss, a research scientist. He worked at Massive Dynamic in their biotech department. Not too many bioscientists work at garages.
So this is...
Mrs. Truss's unlucky boyfriend, Donald Killen.
Malcolm Truss? You're Dr. Malcolm Truss. You work
Just
at
found
Massive
him.
Dynamic, correct?
Ah, I remember Dr. Truss. Graduated MIT in '82, came to work for us in 1993, left in 2001.
What kind of projects was he working on?
Well, several. There was one project Malcolm was working on. Cellular replication. It was designed to help patients with extensive tissue damage.
That
Burn
will be
victims,
it.
cancer patients, amputees.
I don't know what you're hoping to find in those files. That work never went anywhere. It's useless.
I was terminally ill. Stage 4 melanoma when they came to me.
Cellular replication. So you're suggesting Malcolm Truss was kidnapped so the Shapeshifter could perfect itself?
If the shapeshifter needs Malcolm to fix itself, then they need equipment, medical supplies, which means they're on the move.
That it might have something to do with the tech Dr. Bishop pulled from inside the two we killed at the train yard.
Maybe that's what's malfunctioning.
I checked with tech services. They don't even know what the device is. The purpose it serves. They're memory disks.
I've seen them before.
Enlighten me.
Well, I know if you shoot them in the head, they bleed mercury.
Those are the old ones. What about the new ones, the human shapeshifters?
The what?
Yeah.
The prototypes, human hybrids.
If you've decrypted their tech before, you think you could do it again?
I'll ask the questions it needs.
We've been sitting on this tech for weeks. Our people aren't able to crack it. What's the harm in letting them try?
I told you I would help you, Nadine. I meant it.
Okay. Our mystery man is all set up with the device we got off the shapeshifter, and I requisitioned all of the equipment he asked for. I may have only met you a few weeks ago, but I think I know you well enough to know that this guy's gotten to you.
He was in my dreams and now he's here.
Yep.
I can maybe understand why he would be in Walter's head if he's some iteration of his son, but why mine? Alone?
Not exactly the behavior of someone being held against their will. Seems more like an accomplice.
The artificial tissue has adapted remarkably well. The fact that you're even alive is nothing short of a miracle.
But I suppose that would make you a miracle worker.
Bell shut down the project. And all he could say was, some things are not ours to tamper with. Some things are God's.
Our gods. Yeah, he said that before.
One man shouldn't stand in the way of progress.
Your genome isn't fully propagating through the artificial tissue.
Can you fix it?
Yes, I can.
Seeing this man has brought up many things I've tried to forget. For 25 years, I hated you. Had you not been there, the vial wouldn't have been broken. I would have healed Peter on the other side.
So that still
Fallen
happened.
through the ice. I blamed you. I couldn't live with myself. Because you were right. I'd crossed the line. Saw the eyes of my boy in a man's face. And it filled me with indescribable joy. But I don't deserve joy. For anyone else, this would be received as a miracle. To get a glimpse of their dead son, why should I be rewarded for what I've done?
I was told you found something?
It's a DNA sequence. I found 6 distinct genetic profiles on that memory from the shapeshifter tech. Apparently, these things are able to switch between every single identity they've ever taken now, not just one.
That's going to make it a lot more difficult to find them.
No, it's going to make them impossible to find. By transforming their DNA, they can become anyone. They perfect this technology and they can get close to us.
You're screwed.
They can replace any one of us.
Why do you look like my wife?
Oh, now he's frightened.
So what do luxury cars and shapeshifters have in common? They both have low-jack systems, apparently.
You're saying these things have tracking devices?
Yeah, I think whoever's in
Really?
charge wants to keep an eye on his agents.
How did you do that? Why did you look like my wife?
To continue your research with people who'd provide the resources to complete your work.
What people?
I'm familiar enough with biochemistry to know that restriction enzymes would fragment my DNA and trigger a massive internal hemorrhage.
They found you. What the hell?
She's headed for the roof.
This is Agent Dunham. Agent Warwick is down. We need paramedics on the roof now.
That doesn't seem right.
Some things are not ours to tamper with.
Excuse me?
Something someone said to me once.
Turns out he was
I
right.
didn't understand it at the time. Do now.
Are they feeding you?
Yeah. I know what you're capable of. I need your help, Walter. To fix this.
I've tried to imagine what you would look like as a man. My son. Wherever you came from, however you got here, it doesn't matter. I can't help you.
Walter, you don't understand.
I tried to help a boy. A version of my son. But that boy was never my son. And neither are you.
In preparations, we're sending the others. Arse. What the hell does that mean? We're sending the others. So they've been holding off till they perfect this because these shapeshifters didn't work. Their DNA wasn't stable. This guy's just fixed it. So she did get this to him from him before Olivia and the rest of them turned up. I was right though as to how she escaped, that she took the agent on. Olivia, you should have seen that. You know what they can do, you know what they're capable of, you should have checked. You just let her drive away in the ambulance. Damn. As regards Walter, I mean, I don't know how they're going to fix this. Any of this, because Peter really doesn't belong here. Because everything's different, everything's wrong, everything's weird. Half of what we know happened hasn't happened. No one knows who he is, as he said. And he's nowhere to go. The only person who can possibly begin to figure this out is Walter. And he has just point blank refused to help. Because he sees it as a temptation from the past that he doesn't deserve. And he doesn't deserve happiness. He's convinced himself that the pain and the trauma and the life that he's had since that day is deservedly so, and it's why he's a broken man here. How Peter's going to get through to him, I don't know. And everyone else, Royals, Olivia, they don't know who he is. It's not right. It's just not right. I don't know whether things are going to change. I don't know. What was really weird, it just showed a clip of it. It hasn't expanded on it yet. What was with that time loop that Olivia just experienced in the FBI office at the end there, where that woman brought those files? Said, I brought you, what she said, I brought you the hourlies or something. And then literally 2 minutes later, it repeated. That is a time loop. Whether that's something that's happening that's nothing to do with our people, or it's to do with Olivia, or it's to do with the fact that Peter's here, I don't know. But that's not normal. That's not supposed to happen. That's like a glitch in the Matrix. That's kind of like deja vu. Because she had the deja vu look on her face that we all have, where you're like, I'm sure I've just done this, or I've done this before. Weird. Right, so, and he also gave a big long speech in that, Walter, as to why he hates Nina Sharp so much in this timeline. Because everything stopped at that point in this world where Peter died, and the only reason the second Peter died was because of the timeline we know what was original, where she tries to stop him, he falls, the vial breaks in his pocket, and it's the only reason why he tried to bring him back here, and it's why the ice breaks. But also, they don't know what observers are here. So they've pulled themselves out of history here in this timeline to try to repair the mess and the mistake that that observer made back in 1985, now that that didn't take place. So how, again, like they've said, how the hell is Peter here? It doesn't make sense. He is an anomaly. He exists in a timeline where he shouldn't exist. It'd be like having someone still in a timeline where you know the past has been changed, where both of their parents never met or didn't have a kid or got killed or whatever. You shouldn't be. You should have ceased to exist, yet he still remains. Please tell me they're going to explain this at some point, because I'm fairly good at following cause, effect, time loops, paradoxes, wormholes. But this one's got me stumped, because at the moment it's not making sense that he's here. He shouldn't be. Anyway, I digress. Right, guys, that was episode 5. We'll be back with episode 6 in a few days. I'm sorry it's a day or so late than normal on both platforms, YouTube and Patreon, but the weather's been warm this week, and I cannot sit in here with all the lighting on, doing the recording with all the doors and the windows shut. So whenever it gets like that, I just delay things for a day or two. So I appreciate your patience in waiting for this episode. If you are seeing it later than normal, and I will see you for the next one very soon. Till then, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, you know when all my videos will release. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you for the next episode of Fringe very soon. Till then guys, take care.